This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Wednesday, September 3rd. Sunny and warm today with a high of 93, clear tonight with a low of 70. Here are today's headlines. The Texas Senate on Tuesday gave initial approval to a much-anticipated bill aiming to tamp down on the mailing of abortion pills into the state. The bill, if signed into law, would create a new pathway for enforcing Texas's strict abortion ban. It would allow regular citizens to file civil lawsuits against anyone who distributes abortion pills within Texas or anyone who mails abortion pills to Texas. Anyone who helps a woman obtain abortion pills, including out-of-state doctors or friends and family members, could be sued under the bill. The bill is an attempt by anti-abortion advocates and politicians to close one of the few windows available for Texans seeking abortions. The bill has already passed the House and has now passed initial votes in the Senate. The bill still has to pass a final vote in the Senate before heading to the governor's desk. The bill has an exception for doctors who are performing legal, necessary abortions within the state or using the medications for other legal purposes. The bill also prohibits lawsuits against pregnant women seeking abortions. If pregnant women or their relatives bring lawsuits under the bill, they could receive payouts of $100,000 or more. Any other person who successfully sues would be required to donate the majority of the payout to a charity. In other news, given its landlocked and rough terrain, Dallas, like Las Vegas, has sometimes been called a city that shouldn't exist. Still, for reasons similar to those that drove the growth spurt of its analog in Nevada, the greater Dallas-Fort Worth region finds itself in the throes of its own population and employment boom. The steady emergence of high finance and big data is giving the regional economy ballast, even as the broader U.S. economy falters under the weight of slower growth and trade policy that have stoked fears of a recession. However, Texas's business-friendly climate has helped make it the headquarters of headquarters, with Dallas becoming what Christopher Kleinert, chief executive officer of Hunt Realty Investments, recently called an epicenter for financial activity. Many Fortune 500 companies are planting down roots in the region or adding to their Texas operations. Against that backdrop, North Texas is attracting many of Wall Street's marquee brands, including Goldman Sachs, the New York Stock Exchange, Bank of New York, and NASDAQ. All of them are carving a toehold in the region or expanding their footprint as an incipient Y'all Street amplifies Dallas-Fort Worth's metamorphosis into a global financial center and a bigger draw for international capital. Next up, the sale of lab-grown meat has been banned in Texas for 2 years as part of Senate Bill 261. The law states that a person may not manufacture, process, possess, distribute, offer for sale, or sell cell-cultured protein. Although its production and use were not widespread in the state, some believe its ban violates people's constitutional rights, impacting what consumers can and can't purchase. Paul Sherman, senior attorney at the Institute of Justice, told the Dallas Morning News that the Texas ban on cultivated meat is a classic example of special interest legislation, adding the law has nothing to do with public health and safety and everything to do with protecting the powerful agriculture lobby from innovative out-of-state competition. Cattle ranchers were the most vocal supporters of the law, who saw the ban as a way to protect the industry. And cases of COVID-19 are spiking in Texas as a new variant spreads across much of the U.S. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, COVID variant XFG, nicknamed Stratus, accounts for 3/4 of COVID cases in the U.S. First detected in January of this year, the strain is a highly contagious offshoot of the Omicron variant. The surge is hitting Texas particularly hard. Nearly 18% of tests reported to the CDC from Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Arkansas, and Louisiana were positive for COVID. A breakdown by individual states was not available, but the positivity rate nationwide is only 11.2%. But cases are likely far higher because many people test at home and do not report the results. Dallas County Health and Human Services Director Dr. Philip Wang said Tuesday that all 5 wastewater monitoring sites in Dallas County have shown recent increases in COVID. Because case reporting for COVID is no longer mandated, monitoring largely relies on wastewater testing and lab reports from hospitals. While the rate of COVID is not near the critical levels seen at the height of the pandemic, Wang said residents should take precautions to prevent spread. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.